Thank you for choosing to study with University Centre Peterborough this September. As the Academic Director, I wanted to personally speak to you about the plans we have in place for when you start with us and reassure you we're committed to providing an outstanding, supportive academic experience for all our students. Since March this year, we've all encountered unprecedented times due to the coronavirus. We've been lucky that we've been able to adapt to ensure our students still receive the high level of teaching and learning that they expect. By being a smaller institution, it's allowed us to be agile and adaptable and focus on all our students. Firstly, I wanted to reassure you that we're committed to providing face-to-face teaching, and from September we will be delivering a blended learning approach with a combination of face-to-face teaching and online delivery. I will shortly explain what this means for you. On our website, we've created an FAQ section for applicants, which will answer some of the questions we will cover in this video, as well as many others. If there's anything that is not covered, then please do not hesitate to ask us. As well as myself, Richard Greensmith, who is our student officer and a former student at UCP, will be answering some of your questions. Blended learning means that we will combine face-to-face teaching, traditional forms of teaching, with online virtual delivery. It means that face-to-face teaching will take place in small groups. So, for example, it may be that seminars are delivered face-to-face and your tutorials. When we have larger groupings of students, though, when it comes to your lectures, we'll be doing these virtually. We will also be making specific arrangements for courses that have high levels of practical content. Everything we're doing and planning at this moment is being very closely guided by information we're receiving from Public Health England and also the government and our regulator, the Office for Students. As soon as we have up-to-date information, we will provide this to you. This will be given to you via our website and also emails to all of our applicants. So please stay in touch. Any queries, please come back to us. Initially, we're going to ask all students to sign in. That means you'll be attending University Centre Peterborough on your day when you have your face-to-face session. As soon as we are able to do so, we will relax our requirements, enabling students to come onto campus more freely. But initially, we can't do this. We are following Public Health England guidance and also that from the OFS. So we're going to ask you to turn up to campus when we invite you. In order to keep our students safe on campus, we are closely following guidance. That means we're adapting the way that you move around the UCP building. There'll be designated paths and areas to come in, to enter the building and also to exit the building. We will also need to ensure that we review the class capacity. So this means that every classroom in UCP will have an identified number of people that can be in there. We'll be creating bubbles, so you'll be staying in the same classroom all day, working with the same students. We'll also have PPE and hand sanitisers widely available in the University Centre. So all of these things are being undertaken. When you attend with us, we'll also be giving you a nice, clear induction on how we expect you to move around the centre and some of the safeguards that we have in place. If any of these plans change, we will of course advise you and give you further guidance. So hopefully you're reassured by the safe measures we have in place. If you have a health concern or you've been identified as being in a vulnerable category, we do require you to send this information to UCP as quickly as you can. We also want to know if you have any family members or dependents that are self-isolating. Initially, students who are unable to attend on the campus will be supported by virtual learning. We will also use Google Meets as well for one-to-one meetings for you. But what is important initially is you provide this information to us. That way we can ensure you're supported, you're guided, and you know at all times about the measures we have in place for you. During induction, we're going to be doing a number of things with you as students. In fact, we're going to be running what's called an extended induction. This means that we can spend time developing your digital literacy. It may be very new to you, logging in to Google Classrooms and learning online. And that's why there's going to be a series of training videos and sessions for you, so we can ensure that you're confident when you first log on online. And as I said, we are going to be extending the induction process through the first 4 weeks of tutorial so that you feel truly supported as you embark on our blended learning style of delivery that needs to be in place for semester 1. This year, in semester 2, so that's when the coronavirus hit, we did what we call adapted assessments. This meant that students couldn't sit traditional examinations. It also meant we had to amend some of our practical assessments. What we will be doing in the first semester is doing the same thing again. We will ensure there is equity in assessment, but we will guide you through this process. We will not be expecting anybody to sit an examination in a traditional examination hall. So please be reassured, we are adapting assessments as required for your first semester. And I think if you talk to any of our students or our student officer on another occasion, you will see that this did go very, very well. So please don't worry about how you're going to be assessed. I'll now hand you over to our student officer, Richard Greensmith, who has further comments and answers to your questions. Thank you.
Hello. As the student officer at University Centre Peterborough and the chair of the Student Council, I work very closely with all academic staff and the entire student body. It's my responsibility to monitor and promote the student voice and the academic partnership between students and UCP. I am very much looking forward to seeing all of you in September as you begin your new and exciting journey through higher education. To ensure your safety and well-being, it's important that you stay within your class bubbles when you're on campus. It will be UCP's intention to provide a positive and engaging experience for you online via various events and community interactions. The Student Council, student body and academic staff are working very closely to offer this wider enrichment for all students. These activities will be promoted at the beginning and throughout the academic year for you. Yes, catering will be available on campus, and this service will be streamlined in light and constantly reviewed in light of government guidance. For example, additional PPE will be available, food will be pre-wrapped, and obviously all students are very welcome to bring in their own packed lunch. Yes, parking is available on campus for those students who live 2 miles or further away from the site. Please do request this and enrol for this during your enrolment process so you are issued with a permit. You're also obviously welcome to walk to the campus, and there are plenty of bicycle racks for those who wish to cycle, and of course public transport in the area is very good also.